Hey, my name's Sonic Boom 94, aka the Blue Brickler, and today we're going to be looking into one of my favourite Spidey stories, Spider-Man Reign. Now, for those who don't know what Spider-Man Reign is, it's pretty much a what if. Well, not what if, but it's one of those possible future stories set several decades into the Marvel Universe. And this one obviously is made for Spider-Man, set 30 years in his own timeline. So he's pretty much in his 60s roundabout. The story is not unlike Batman The Dark Knight Returns. They're both set in a dystopia. The protagonist is elderly. They also wear two different costumes that they have worn in the past. And they're both four-parters. It's funny. The Dark Knight Returns is also one of my favourite Batman stories. So really, one of my favourite stories on both my favourite superheroes had the exact same premise. And so, let's look into the first issue of Spider-Man Reign. Now, I haven't been able to buy Spider-Man Reign as a collector's edition, but I do check out the W.H. Smith, which contains DC and Marvel comics. I haven't been there in recent years to buy a magazine, but I have, since looking at the first issue of Spider-Man Reign, decided to buy all 4 issues, waiting very patiently. And because they're from magazines in the UK, this means that there's no real cover for each individual issue. The only one that I have at the moment is one which features an elderly Spider-Man, or I suppose it's elderly. The hair's brown, so he's younger, with his costume being torn off in a violent wind maybe. The background is black, and you see black grass with the tombstone of his lover, Mary Jane Watson Parker. Yep, Mary Jane Watson Parker. So in this universe, Spider-Man and MJ were still married. This makes me wonder how things would have been if this was made after One More Day. I know. I don't like One More Day, but I just thought I'd get that out of the way first. We open up our story in a drainage pipe. And also with a nursery rhyme. Itsy bitsy spider climbed up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. This is the whole page I'm reading. 5 panels, 4 quotes, 4 lines, and the poor spider being washed out of the pipe. In any case, the second page goes on with a bunch of youths spray painting "Where did you go?" onto a building. Fortunately, the spider gets crushed by a heavy-booted figure who has a couple of friends called Rain! On the ground! You are in violation of civic law. Sorry, I couldn't resist the Judge Dredd joke. It's just that when I found out that voice I did for Rain sounds like Sylvester Stallone, I just had to put it in. I mean, I bet you if I did not do the review with that one bit, people are going to say, "Hey, you didn't do that. That's a missed opportunity, man." Put the contraband down and get to the ground. Do it now! And obviously, when you have 3 bulking figures with flashlights and are very threatening, well, you gotta run sometimes, and that's what this girl does. Run! Spike 'em! Go, go, go! Be back at the pen! Oh, we get a caption saying, "Nursery rhymes. Easy to learn. Fun to sing. Sometimes adults teach to children." And we have one Rain guy shooting out their weapon. Gotcha! Oh, and we have the girl giving, "Oh God, oh God, oh God!" And we have more crud about how the rhymes. They usually involve some kind of animal or a giant egg. They teach kids about the one thing that will remain constant in their lives: pain. Beside that last sentence, we have one of the kids get shocked. Named Troy. And boy, the look on his face is not a happy one. So if you haven't caught on already, America is now a fascist state. And shocking a boy, well, tried to shock 3 kids just for doing graffitiing in very, very extreme. Oh god, and now we have more nursery rhyme stuff. A yolk-filled body broken on the floor, a starving dog, an old woman and an empty cupboard. Shut up! Sing the song, learn the rhyme, prepare yourself. Because when you get older, you learn that the cupboard is indeed empty, and you are left lying on the ground, a broken man. Parker! No, sorry. Not J. Jonah Jameson screaming Parker, nope, sorry. Jeez, when you're such a big Spider fan, you do tend to forget about who's talking. Okay, now we finally see Peter Parker, and for lack of better words, he's not doing so well. I mean, he has a beard, which is okay. I mean, hey, he's at that age when beards are cool. He's working at a florist, and you hear his boss screaming, Parker! Yep. Unfortunately, it turns out that Peter made a bit of a mistake on sending flowers to a wedding. Like this angry customer. Hey, you're old. You make mistakes. You just sell little Napoleon over I'm not paying. Please, sir, we can work something out. White roses are not cream roses, Gramps. The entire wedding was ruined. Hey, it's your policy. I hate those kind of people. It sounds like they're insulting you, and yet they're trying to remain cool and calm. Dicks. And we have a little bit more narration, where it turns out that it's Petey here that's the one narrating. The second time in as many weeks. This job was hard to get. Can't screw up again. Yes, Mr. Nunziata? Nunziata? What the hell kind of surname is Nunziata? What, were their families just nuns and tried to name themselves after what kind of country they were in at the same time? Who the hell calls themselves Nunziata? In any case, here's his boss. My god, it's easy to take the mickey out of this guy. He looks like a brown-haired fat Jimmy Olsen. Parker, you are not gonna screw up again. No, sir. Do you know how I know that? Yes, sir. Because you're fired! Wow, J. Jonah Jameson wasn't this harsh on him. Well, he is a new generation, this fat bastard. But at least J. Jonah Jameson at least respected the old guy. Well, then young guy. Old guy. Peter Parker is old now. Yes, old now. And obviously, yeah, clearly that Mr. Nunziata is not very kind and doesn't treat everyone with the respect they deserve. I mean, hey, Peter's an old fella, and like that guy said, yeah, you're gonna make mistakes when you get that old. Please, Mr. Nunziata, I have rent. Not my problem. My wife, your last check is covering that wedding. Hey, where are you coming with those? Those are coming out of your paycheck. He's fired now, you idiot. If you fire him, oh, never mind, screw you. He goes off away with those cream roses that he got sent back. And once again, we get more narration by Petey. No money, no job, no dignity. Just like old times. I'm almost used to the rain now, the way it makes my joints ache. And as you can see, one of the kids and the rain guards in shadows are just running towards him. And what do you know? Out of the way, old man. No. Crap. It's okay. The flowers, they're okay. I promised to bring them back. Stop! Oh, great. Not only does the guy step over a spider, now he steps over a bunch of flowers. Oh, then he tackles the kid. Just like old times. And then we get a flashback, very brief flashback, of that iconic moment where the burglar guy went past Spider-Man during his young career. And now we got back to the present. What's your name, punk? Get out for me! But things have changed since I was his age. Your name? Ben. You know, this guy has to be a complete idiot, this Rain guy. I mean, you're not really going to get his name if you're trying to hurt him. I mean, I know there are some forms of interrogation that work that way, but it's just plain stupid. And then we get a panel of the guy who killed his... killed Penn Parker's Uncle Ben. And it's really weird. I'm looking at the gun, and the side of the gun looks like it was copy and pasted from some sort of video game. And Peter still thinks about how, the good old days. Oh, and now we get the first instance of swearing. Well, second instance of swearing. Yeah, it's one of those bits where they just censor it out. I think I know what it is, but yeah, I'm just gonna say it anyway. Your full name, you piece of shit! Ben, take it. Middle name, Doverand. Smartass. I don't think they get it. And yeah, the guards just have a sort of, what the hell are you looking at, kind of face on them as they see Ben. And they beat the shit out of the kid. Stupid old hell. Wait. And he goes in and actually, for the judgment, I'm not quite sure. It looks like either that guy, the raid guy, either elbowed him on purpose, or whether Peter just walked towards the guy, and then his elbow just collided with his nose. I know it's kind of soft. And he falls to the floor, and ow. Yeah, apparently that raid guy was applying so much pressure, his arms got out of place. My arm pops like a bar of soap. They say all blows make easier, that the pain is less. That's right. Real funny now, ain't you, Ben? But all I see are flowers. Don't worry, old man, we can handle this. We don't need your help. And then they decide to put him in the cage. And then that little girl from earlier appears, wondering why he didn't help. And then she goes all emo, saying, there's no one out there to help us. No one can save us. No one. And then she walks away. And then all this, what the hell? I mean, look, then we get some sort of image transmission. What's going on here? It switches to the news. It's odd. It's really, I don't get it. Anyway, yeah, now we cut to a news broadcast about how it's been a decade since there were superpower crime, and the city's celebrating this. It says that in 5 days the mayor, Waters, will release a secret technological system that he's designed to keep the city safe for the next 100 years. 100 years? Really? Are they really going on for 100 years? Plus what happens after the end of those 100 years? I'm talking a bit too much. Oh, there's at the bottom of the page. I think we have a guy who looked like Jimmy Olsen a lot more than that idiot store manager. Good evening, I'm Miller Jansen, and you are watching the Daily Bugle. Yes, apparently 30 years to the future, the Daily Bugle is now a news centre, and no longer just a newspaper stand. And now we have a bit of discussion about the Project Web. Yep. Basically, it's a laser-powered protective barrier, it says, preventing anything from coming in or out. And now we cut to the Kingpin. Yep. And now we see the mayor going, good food, good company. I have to tell you something. I look forward to this little annual tradition of ours a little more each year. Our guest isn't eating sacks. No, sir, he isn't. Perhaps you should offer him something. How long has it been since he's tasted solid food? 10 years, sir. That's a long time. Yes, this is the Kingpin, everybody. He is just, yeah. He's thin, he's got a lot of flabbiness, and he's in a coma? No, he's in a vegetative state. And there's the mayor taunting him. There. Pavlov would be proud. Even after 10 years of an IV drip, you can't control the saliva in your mouth. You're my little trophy. Nothing to take out once a year and celebrate with. Like a Christmas ornament. Then back to the vault. Okay, this does raise a question. How the heck did this guy capture the Kingpin? What kind of history did he have with the Kingpin that led him to be, well, captured? What kind of sadistic screw-up like him would put the Kingpin into this kind of humiliating state? How did the Kingpin get into, well, a vegetative state? Well, good luck with trying to find those questions, because that's the Kingpin's last appearance. Yeah, isn't that a bit of a pointless scene? Anyway, on with the rest of this issue. We then cut back to Peter's apartment, but oh my god, more of this nursery rhyme crap. Okay, I give this one credit because it's at least connecting to the story, a bit like the spider one at the beginning. And yeah, the one about the bunch of other ones just had really no context. But this one does, when he tried to remember the whole Peter Pumpkin Eater one. A real one of that kind. And then he puts the flowers into a vase, which are all crushed by the way, and sorting up meal. And yeah, at first you have no idea who he's talking to. I know it's tight right now, but it's gonna be okay. Really. Say something! Ah! Yeah, this is... Oh, the hell? Mary Jane Watson? Okay, yeah, you're probably thinking of by now that Peter's hallucinating at his old age. Yep. I mean, why else would she be thin and still have red hair after all these years? Peter says sorry to his hallucination, and then in the bottom 3 panels of the page, we see that, yeah, he's the only guy in the room. Sad, really. But I do admit, it does make you wonder exactly what happened that made him so, well, hallucinogenic. Now we see Mayor Walters, about 5 days away from activating the web program, announcing that, for the time being, with the super terrorist organizations preparing to prevent the web from being launched, he's suspending any electoral traditions. And, yeah, according to the announcers, it says that the web requires the removal of any large metal ornaments to our buildings. Now that kind of makes sense. This does include church bells, crosses and metal statues. Really? What? I don't get that. I mean, it's not like you're going to have church bells, crosses and metal statues the size of a frigging tower. What? Okay, that's just... I don't get it. And... yep. For the final scene of that one, we see Jimmy Olsen say, "Let me take a moment for the Daily Bugle to congratulate the mayor on the web program. And in the words of the man himself, let's show him how it's done." Next scene, we're back on the streets with an old man in a walker saying, "Pissant! Morons!" and a couple of raid guards nearby. "This kid starts crying like a baby, so I treat him like one, you know? What do you mean? Rejects? Liars? Well, I dared pants down again up the pedal. You didn't. Damn right I did. Right there in that room." You know, this just feels weird. It's like 2 women conversing with each other. And that just feels so funny. We're able to compare 2 large bulky men to 2 women talking about shopping. Could you just imagine that? "So Barney, what are you doing tonight? You going shopping?" "Yeah, doing it for the missus, you know, that kind of thing. Hey, tell you what, how about I get you a nice big joint? Yeah, a nice big joint, that do you so well." "Ah, you know how to make a man feel happy, Barney. Oh, this is why you're my best friend. Hey, gotta think it. High five! Kapow!" Anywho, the old guy keeps on his old rants. "Monkeys! Me puppets!" And then he spits on them. "You spitting on my street, Grebs? Easy, Blasco. He's just an old man." Blasco? That just sounds like someone who really loves explosions. And yeah, they carry on with their talk. Yeah. And the old fellow makes his way over through the streets. And then we get Peter Parker in bed with the background all white. He gasps, and then he says, I had a dream. You were gone. I was a lonely old man." And then we see the imaginary Mary Jane Watson feeding him up. Yeah, then we get more narration. "She pulls me in, and for the first time in 10 years, I taste sunshine. For the first time in years, everything is going to be... Oh, thank God. Then we cut back to Peter, in his bed, no MJ feeding him up. And as we get up, we see... Oh, sweet monkey Jesus! Oh, Spider Dick! Oh! I mean, seriously, how did that get past the editors? Ugh. I mean... Ugh. I have just seen my favourite superheroes Wang. I like Spider-Man, but seriously, oh God, I can't unsee it. I cannot unsee that. It's burned forever in my mind. Anyway, after that experience, we see that Spidey's, well, sorry, he's not Spidey yet. Peter's broken arm, is now in a cast. And we get more narration. The old soap and steel saltines come back for a fair. It almost tastes as good the second time round. That's when I hear it. Rapping at my windows, crying through my lock. Little spider, let me in. Oh, I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll fucking blow your apartment down. I'm coming. Hold on, I'm coming. Do you know what time it is? I looked through the keyhole and don't remember opening the door. And guess who's here? That's right, J. Jonah Jameson. Peter, it's raining. You look, I'm not gonna lie to you, you look like crap. But it's good to see you, my boy. Back wearing glasses suits you. Yeah, they just keep, apparently they go a bit buddy-buddy with Peter not saying a word much. And Peter's not very interested in what he has to say and shuts him out. I came a long way to see you, Peter. We have things to talk about. Big things. I didn't expect you to welcome me back with open arms. No. But Peter, we have history. Open the package, Parker. And then we see Peter just crawling on at the back of the door. I've been holding it for you for a long time. Well, at least Peter's wearing pants now. That's good. Oh yeah, and now that JJ's back on the street, we see more of his rants. Kids these days wouldn't know the meaning of respect when I was his age. Wait, kids his age? What? Okay, he's a fair few decades younger than you, but you're not off from being in the same status. You're both elderly people. Anyway, more of his lovely rants. Damn! Monkey! Liars! Villains! Damn it, Parker! We have work to do! Thieves! Stinks! Peter then starts to get a feeling that he hasn't had in quite a while. Namely, the spider sense. And you can tell it's the spider sense, giving the black line across his face. As JJ decides to go on a bit of a rampage and bust someone's car with his walker. Oh yeah. More fantastic beratings. Wicked! Wicked! Wake up, you liars! And the rain soldiers realise what JJ's doing. Crooks! Killmongers! Killers! The rain guards decide to have at him, but JJ's not going out without a fight. And when Peter opens the package, he finds his old camera. Oh God, this is great. Oh, that's nice. JJ's able to beat one guy down with a walker. Liars! Liars! Crooked liars! And then Peter realises that the camera's wrapped in something. Wait. The black fabric wrapping the camera. Alright, Moses, playtime's over. Playtime? Fight! Wake up and fight! Parker! And then he knuckle dusts this guy! Wow! Talk about badass grandpa! Then Parker shudders back, realising exactly what that black fabric is. And unfortunately, the rain guards aren't wimps, and they decide to beat the shit out of him. And Parker realises that he has eyes. I look into those eyes, and all I see is myself. I come as a bear. The clock strike one. Hickory, dickory. Oh, sweet God. More nursery rhyme stuff. Oh, and JJ is bleeding up. And the rain guards pretty much got him bloody down and pinning him to the street. Are you finished, old man? Are you through? I'm sorry. So sorry. Sorry? You're sorry? About the car? Or the names? Or the illegal brass knuckles you didn't in your coat? I'm sorry for all of it, my boy. We have so much to talk about. And then we have one single page of the badass definition of this first issue. Behold, one casted, wearing nothing but pants and baggy socks, Spider-Man. Yeah, wearing a mask, and yet somehow the lightning makes it feel badass. And one rain guard immediately realizes they're in deep shit. God, I don't think he's talking to us. And now we really get some action. You little boy are under arrest for concealing your identity. Masks are a no-no. Oh, here's what. We get narration during Peter's attack. It's kind of off-putting, but imagine it being put into a movie. I bet some of it will have to be cut. If you're calling me the old wrinkled guy in underwear a little boy, then it's you that's got problems. We chased your kind out of this city a long time ago. My kind? You see a lot of the skinny old guys jumping around out here? One guy pulls a gun out and tries shooting at him, but Spider-Man's on his A-game and beats the crap out of him. And he gives out descriptions of all of this when he's not even paying attention to his own actions. So I stopped listening. I turned off the volume. That was like a foreign movie without the subtitles. You still get the gist of what's happening, but everything else, subtext, backstory, subplots, is white noise. Let me see a flashback of, well, I presume it's a flashback, of Peter against his Uncle Ben's killer. You murderer! Let me see him flying off and being sent onto the ground? Well, this doesn't happen in the old Spider-Man mythos. Usually he lets him live. Although I'm guessing due to his old age, that's to be accounted for. Anywho, Spidey has managed to defeat the Rain Guard, and then we see in his adult psyche him talking to Aunt May, Mary Jane, Uncle Ben, and finally Jonah. Peter, you're all I have left. You are my life, but I don't want to be your life. Don't be silly. We're connected forever. Promise you will always protect me. What if I can't? You would never let that happen, would you, Peter? 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 Jonah reveals that he found all of his stuff back at the Bugle and talking about how creepy the mask is. Funny. For all those years you let me hate him. Hate you. I was a newspaperman, Parker. I dealt in truth. But you gave me nothing but lies. It's why I sold the Bugle. You made me a liar. No, because you thought what you were being given was the truth. So you're not a liar. Oh, I think being old has affected him in more than one way, apart from just shouting out, snakes, liars, thieves. Jonas says that he's willing to forgive all that and put it all behind in the past, now that the city needs him. And when he requests him, what does Spidey do? He whacks him right in the face, pretty much bloodying his hands as he does so, and walking away. And the issue ends with the title Spider-Man Reign, with Jonah and the guards on the floor, with Spidey walking away, with some very noticeable computer-generated images on the cars. Yeah. And that was the first issue of Spider-Man Reign. And in my opinion, it's a pretty good start to the miniseries. At the moment, there aren't many similarities between itself and Dark Knight Returns, but to me, it doesn't really matter. On its own, Spider-Man Reign, it's good. I mean, it's nice to see exactly how the city's got to shit without any superheroes on the prowl. And it's good to see that J. Jonah Jameson is there to help bring Spidey back into action. And, obviously, speaking of Spidey, you have to wonder, what happened to Mary Jane? Well, we'll find out in the second issue and beyond, in Spider-Man Reign, issue 2. 3, and 4. This is the Blue Brick Blur, Sonic Boom 94, signing off.